Hello and welcome to Global Investment, Real Estate and Residency Show, Saudi Arabia. We are excited to announce this exciting event today that is brought to you by TEG Media, a global marketing platform that specializes in live and online events. I'm a director and co-founder and a part of this exciting team. My name is Abdul Basit and I'm your host today. Um, Few of you just heard us talking about Saudi Arabia and what an interesting country it is. Saudi Arabia is an interesting country. We did a few interesting facts, and many Gulf expats, I'm sure, enjoyed living in Gulf and had good contracts, experience, and money. But unfortunately, many Gulf countries are changing rapidly. Localization is a process where most of the expats, which is a considerable number of workforce, uh, just in Saudi Arabia, it is 60% of whole workforce, which is expat, and is taken by a new generation of citizens. Just an example, a doctor, nurse, or any other medical professional, uh, you cannot work more than 10 years. After 10 years, you cannot renew your work permit. Uh, just like that, if you're 60 years old plus, you cannot continue your career in Saudi Arabia. So this pushes people yet further to recognize of the fact that they need to consider where they will retire, where they will take their lives and their families in near future. Perhaps in next 3 to 5 years, some needs to go back to country. Some simply do not have countries to go back to, and some simply do not wish to go back. They are far different from where they initially came from. So these people want to educate their children in the West, and people want to see themselves comfortably settled with the pension and Western comforts in the country of their choice. This is the moment where we can help you to make a strategy of your very near future. You can either become citizen of Europe or live in a country where you want to be. You can either become you can where you want your children to be educated. Or if you dream to go to US, this is your chance. Through investment, you can have a profitable business. You have a business in a country that you always dreamt of and relocate with your family. Please stick with us, listen to our experts, ask questions, email us after the show, and this is exactly what we are here for. We will have a couple of presentations. During every presentation, please feel free to use a question and answer section below and chat in the YouTube live stream session. I would also like to welcome our viewers on YouTube. Please, thank you for joining us. Please stick with us and ask questions whatever you want to. With that, I would like to introduce our first speakers. We have been joined by Ambassador Real Estate Portugal. Uh, Two lovely ladies are joining us to speak today about Golden Visa in Portugal. Ms. Lucia Russetskaya, she lives in Portugal from 2001, has been working in real estate since 2007. In 2008, she opened Ambassador Real Estate with her husband, and this is where she started this amazing journey. And now she's here to help us with our immigration issues. With her joining is her colleague, Ms. Daria Litvinets. Daria was born and raised in Ukraine, and for last 12 years, she is living in Portugal. She has a wide experience in tourism, and right now she's working with Ambassador Real Estate and its brilliant team. She speaks Chinese, Russian, Ukrainian, Portuguese, and English. Welcome, ladies. How are you doing today?
Fine. Hello. Yes.
I almost made you speak Chinese today, Daria.
Yeah, I could.
Please.
But I'm just worried about offension. I can offend someone without wanting it. Not on purpose, but because I don't.
Great. Please share your screen and let's start the show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to start the show. Hello, everybody. Marhaba. I'm very glad to present for you Portuguese Golden Visa program. This is the program that helps investor to get European residency and in 5 years Portuguese passport. Dasha will explain everything in a moment.
So, first of all, I would like to
define the golden visa in Portugal. Golden visa in Portugal is a kind of a residence permit for investors. That permits you gives you some advantages, some benefits, because you don't have to live here permanently to get the golden visa and to keep it for 5 years until the time you get a passport. Portuguese golden visa is probably, I would say it's one of the best golden visas in Europe, because for such low investments, you can get your residence permit, and in 5 years, you can make your passport, your Portuguese citizenship, if you choose for. So, let's start. There are 4 main types of investments in Portugal for golden visa: real estate, direct investment, business, and investments for science and arts and culture. First one is the most simple one, direct investment. You have to deposit 1 million euros on your Portuguese bank account and keep it for 5 years. Any investment you make for golden visa, you have to keep until the moment you receive the Portuguese passport, the citizenship, or a permanent residence permit. The second option is to invest in venture funds, 350,000 euros minimum. The next one, investment into science and cultural heritage and art. Obviously, if we are talking about this investment, we are talking about charity, because this kind of investment doesn't represent any guaranteed income. But you can invest a minimum of 350,000 euros into scientific researches, or 250,000 minimum into the arts support and maintenance of national heritage. The next one is the business investment. You whether found your own business, your own company in Portugal, and create the 10 job positions for the next 5 years. It's really you have an obligation to keep those job positions for 5 years. Otherwise, you can lose your golden visa. So keep it in mind. You have to keep your investment for a minimum of 5 years until the moment you get your citizenship. Second option is to invest in already an existing company in Portugal. The investment should be the minimum of 350,000 euros. And the company you invest in undertakes the creation and maintenance of 5 job positions for the next 3 years. In different companies, it works differently, but in case of, for example, Amsterdam real estate, if somebody is interested in investing, we guarantee the 4% of the yearly income. And the next one, probably the most reliable one and most popular investment in Portugal, is the real estate investment. First option, you invest 500,000 euros into any kind of property in any location. You choose. You can invest this amount in 1 property, 2 or 3, any kind of property, until you reach the amount of investment foreseen by the program. In case, if the property is located in the area with low population density or with GDP per capita of less than 75% of average, you get the 20% of discount in your minimum investment. So you can invest 400,000 euros. The second option is to invest money in the area, in the rehabilitation area, like for example, the center of big cities, center of Porto or Lisbon. The minimum in the amount for investment is 350,000 euros. Sometimes it can be the building of more than 30 years old. So it's not necessary to be located in the rehabilitation area. It can be actually the new building in the rehabilitation area or the old building, 30 years old building in the area which is not the rehabilitation, any kind of areas. In case if this building is located in the area with low population density, you get a discount, like in the last time, in the last option, of 20%. You can invest the minimum of 280,000 euros. That's why we are saying usually that the golden visa in Portugal is one of the cheapest ones. So you can invest just 280,000 euros. In some cases, you can invest into a hotel or residences with the guaranteed income. So you just invest minimum amount. In 5 years, you get your passport and you also get yearly income. So it's a pretty great option. If you are interested in, you can contact us and we will show you all the possible options for these kind of investments. There are quite a few advantages of golden visa in Portugal. First one, it's a fast residence permit acquisition in 8-9 months, more or less. The only mandatory stay in Portugal for golden visa residents is only 14 days for each 2-year permit. Golden visa is usually given for 2 years. First 2 years, after this period, you have to renovate it for 2 years more, and after that for 2 years more. After 5 years after the first permit, you can apply for the citizenship in Portugal or for a permanent residence permit. You have 2 options. Portugal allows double citizenship. In case you want to keep yours original citizenship nationality, you can keep it. No problem with Portugal, as long as your country also permits it. If it's not permitted in your country, you can apply not for citizenship, but for a permanent residence permit. Well, another advantage is you can apply for golden visa for your family members, your partners, children, parents, and even brothers or sisters, in case they're dependent on you. You have a possibility to study here just like any other resident in Portugal. Actually, you can study, work, or open your business. You can do everything you want. And actually, Portugal, and especially in the big cities like Porto or Lisbon, you have different colleges and schools. Obviously Portuguese ones, French, German, and English. Yes, British ones. So you have also the wide choice of schools, private schools, but also the public ones. And obviously, as any resident in Portugal, you get the open circulation in Schengen area. How about the investment? You can invest as a person or as a company. You choose. There are some advantages in one and another. It will depend on your particular case. So if you're interested in knowing more about it, please contact us one more time. In the end of this presentation, you will see our contacts. Be attentive and just point it on your, note it on your paper. You can buy 1, 2, or more properties in order to reach that amount for investment foreseen by the program. But at the same time, if the amount of if the price of the property is much higher than you want to invest, you can invest with other investors, 2, 3, or much more. Like in case of some hotels where you buy just a part of the percentage of the hotel, for example. There are like thousands of investors investing at the same time. Well, another thing is that you have a possibility to rent your property right after the purchase. You don't have to wait any time. And after applying for citizenship, as I told you before, you can do with your property, with your investment, anything you want to. Sell it, give it, anything you want. Until you have your citizenship, you have to keep it. So it's minimum 5 years. And obviously, for all this process, you can make remotely, especially with us, Superstar Luxury, which is a company very experienced in making golden visas and investments remotely. Right now, we are investing in a new program, 3D program visits, with which you can just walk around the property without actually being here physically. Much easier in this difficult time. And the only time you have to come to Portugal is for collecting your biometrical data. That's the only time you are it's really necessary to come. Otherwise, we can process everything on distance. Portugal is a nice country, not only for these very practical golden visa conditions, but also for a good quality of life, great level of education, valid in any European countries, the Bologna Treaty, and not only European countries. Low criminality. Portugal actually is the safest, one of the safest countries in the world. It's on the 3rd place. So it's pretty nice, and also you have the attractive taxation systems and protection of the property rights of the owner. For example, you probably heard some cases of ocupas in Spain, which is our the closest country. But in Portugal, it doesn't happen because the law of protection of the rights of the owner is very strong. So the property is yours and it's only yours. Also, you have the tax incentives of retirement age, and you have another advantage, which is the mortgage. You, even if you are not a resident and you want to apply for a golden visa, you can invest the amount foreseen by the program, and for the remaining amount, you can ask for the mortgage in the Portuguese bank. Okay, sorry. Now I'm going to show you a few properties that we have in our database. Obviously, it's much wider than what I'm going to show you, but this is like principal ones, the important development projects. For example, Gonçalo Cristão Street project is the building with 21 apartments in the city center. Pretty low cost. Each apartment costs between 160,000 euros and 300,000 euros. So for applying for golden visa in this area of the country, you have to buy like 2 apartments, for example, in order to reach that necessary amount of investment. As you can see, they're pretty new, clean design, and located in the historical center of Porto, next to the metro and square of Aliados, which is the main square. Another project is looks a little bit alike, but it has only 5 apartments, and it is located in the historical building, which was absolutely renovated inside, but outside you can see the facade was kept original because it's not allowed to take it off. Facade is historical, inside is absolutely modern and renovated. There are 5 apartments, 3 of them are T1 with 1 bedroom and 2 T2. One of them is duplex. High quality materials were used here in order to serve you for a longer time. And these kind of apartments are very nice to live in, but also to rent, because they are located just in the city center, which is more interesting for tourists. We have another residence complex which is located not in the city center, but a bit outside of Porto, in the city called Gaia, next to the beaches and to River Douro. This is a lounge, residential complex with lounge on the top of the roof. You can see it here, with views for a sea and with the lounge zone and the pool. A pretty nice zone to relax. And inside you have great apartments, very comfortable for families, also for renting. But I would say they're probably more interesting for families because there is that quiet ambience, and it's not in the city center, so you can see the nature, you can see very calm ambience around. Also, about the commercial property, we can say we have a lot of guest houses and hotels. This guest house is located in city center in Porto, but you can say it's pretty. It has a very nice garden in the backyards, and so it has the best part of the two worlds. The garden, nature, and outside it has the city center. It costs €1,175,000. And in case of this guest house, you can apply for 1 or 2 golden visa, and you can apply for a mortgage up to 70% from Portuguese banks. Or you can have a possibility to apply for 3 golden visas. Then everyone can get a golden visa for all family members by applying for 350,000 golden visa. Another nice commercial project is the Spa Hotel in Algarve, Lagos. It's in the south of Portugal. There you can buy the suites from €219,000. Also, as well, to apply for golden visa, you would probably buy 2 suits. And it's very close to the beach, very famous beach, hotel suits with 7% of yearly income. It's guaranteed, regardless of tourism, regardless of the rents. You have 7% of the income yearly. This is a very nice site, where you can also spend 2 weeks per year for free. So you buy suits, they're rented, but you can also spend time there to use your suits. Luxury residence project in Lisbon. These residences are for living, but if you want, you can also rent them because it has the managing company which will manage all the rents. Here you also have 3% of the yearly income, guaranteed yearly income. You can see here, it's located right in the city center in Lisbon, next to the river and the longest bridge, 25 of April bridge. But inside you can see this paradise garden. So it's like combining 2 things, 2 worlds as well. You can go to the city center, but you can as well relax in this very pretty garden, or on the rooftop where you can find the lounge zone and the pool. Besides, we have vineyards, houses, hotels, commercial spaces, shops, lands, and you can find it not only in our website, but you can contact us and we can find for you something which suits you personally. We help with all the process from the residence permit in Portugal, golden visa, investment, mortgage, everything you need to help. And also, I can tell you, we can make all the process remotely one more time. But if you will decide to come here physically. We will accompany you from the airport to the airport until the moment you get your key, you get your residence ready for living. And well, we are here to make your life easier. That's for sure. You can contact us. You can see the contact on the screen. It's my email and the phone number, WhatsApp number also there. And just contact us and tell what you're interested in. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Daria. And yes, we are here to make your life easier. We are all here trying to give you a better future and show you a path where you can actually go and secure your family. We have a few questions very quickly, if we can go through them, please. Our first question is, if I rent my property out, how much can I get for 2-bedroom apartment?
How much can I get for? Well, it will be from 4 to 7% per year. 4 to 7% per year. Yes. Great. That's very good actually. 4 to 7% is a very good percentage on an apartment. 3 to 7. Great. Our next question is, please tell us how much will it be to set up a company and what is the process? Well, the process is very fast and easy. You just need to have your passport. We will help you to open a fiscal number, Portuguese fiscal number, and your account in the bank. And then we will open the company in 1 hour. But for golden visa, you must create 10 jobs positions. Great. Next question is, how much mortgage can I get for 280,000 euro property investment? For golden visa, the investor must spend the money. 280,000 euros he must invest in Portugal. If investor want to buy something more expensive, so he can apply for, he will buy for 280,000 euros by money, yes, and everything what is up of this amount, he can ask for mortgage. Yes. Golden visa, it's investment. This is passport for investment by investments. So he must invest this money, this minimum. Yeah. Great. And for the remaining amount, he can ask for the mortgage, but the minimum has to be invested at once. Great. Very, very clear, actually. Next question is, do I pay social security, income tax, inheritance, and remittance tax in Portugal? Social security, does the investor pays the social security? Social security and income tax, basically. Это segurança social. No, if he will buy the property, he must pay the tax every year. It's about, like example, I will tell you an example. You have a client that bought for golden visa 350 euros. He bought 2 apartments, so he paid 12,000 euros taxes, first tax. And each year I must to see how much it will be the tax every year. But yes, he will pay this tax. So yes, there are taxes that are payable. Great, very clear. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us today and showing us these amazing properties and giving us all these details about Portuguese golden visa. Everyone who's interested, please wait for an email. You will be contacted by Star Luxury Real Estate. And if you have any questions, you can still ask us. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for so much for the presentation. Bye. With that, we would move over to our next speakers. Our next speakers are presenting Feria DC, and they are going to talk about solutions about EB5 and business in USA. Our first presenter is Mr. Eduardo Arnal.
He's a senior professional with 15 plus years experience in operations management and project management. With him joining his colleague, Mr. Juan Sales, who is a chef and entrepreneur with 15 plus years experience. Right now, he's running a successful restaurant with 60 plus employees. Hello, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
How are you, Abdul? Thank you for your introduction.
Hello, Abdul.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Great. How are you doing, Juan, today?
Great. Excellent.
Perfect.
Excited to be here.
Great. Eduardo, please share your screen and let's see what do we have from you today.
Sure. There. Okay. Let me start. Wait. Okay. Okay. This is the time to dream big. Okay, and dream big means the EB5 program. The EB5 program is employment-based 5. It is the world's most desirable U.S. immigration investment program. It is also administered by USCIS, which in turn depends on Homeland Security Department from the United States. I'm going to leave Juan that's going to take us through sorry about that, Juan. The program a little bit.
Yes, hello, how are you? I'm going to talk to you about the EB5 investor program. Well, it is an employment-based visa created to stimulate the economy and job growth. It allows foreigners to become permanent residents. So it's a method of obtaining the green card by investing money in the United States. It's actually the fastest way to obtain the residency than from all the options offered by USCIS. So the US citizenship is only an investment away. The EB5 investor program offers a very large range of benefits. So among those, you will have unrestricted employment options, a greater chance for college admission for your children, and reduced college tuition. You will have the opportunity to travel freely in and out of the US. And these benefits apply to the entire household. So your children under 21 and your wife.
Okay, I'm going to tell you about the requirements of this program. They're pretty straightforward. Of course, they're deeper than this, but this is a basic picture of what you need. Okay, the investor is required to invest usually 1.8 million. But if the investment is within a target employment area, which we call TEA, it's just 900,000. These 900,000 or 1.8 million must create 10 full-time jobs. Okay, so this is basically the biggest requirement, and of course you must demonstrate where the funds are coming from. The source of investment should be no criminal activities. Okay. This said, if you're interested in participating in this program and in our investment, we will gladly set up a call with our attorney, with the immigration attorney team, and set up everything for you. If you have your own team, you can bring it into the conversation with no problems. Okay, this is the program. So this is your path to U.S. citizenship. Okay, and of course you can have your permanent residency within 18 months. Even within 14 months, I have seen that some of the queues are going that way. But then we are here to present an investment opportunity so you can get that visa. Okay, and we want to present our Feria DC project. So what is Feria? Feria is a fixed income property investment that provides food services, retail space, and operations and systems infrastructure to multiple subtenants in a format we call culinary hall. It is indeed a culinary hall. It will have everything related to gastronomy and more. It is also a full-service, unique, first-class culinary hall and incubator concept. So Feria is also located in Washington, D.C.'s downtown area. It will have 8 fully equipped kitchens with chef-driven, high-quality proposals with casual and modern setting. So we're basically a landlord. We're just renting the space. There are more sources of income coming in that we'll explain further down the presentation. But also Feria will provide an exceptional opportunity to chefs and food startups to refine their culinary concepts and interact with the general public with gourmet cuisine and affordable prices, assembled in a comfortable, festive environment, emulating the traditional European markets. I mean, we're in Europe, I'm based in Spain, and we're in Europe and also in the Middle East. We're very fond of the market ambience, so we want to bring that to the US, okay? Okay, what about the market? Okay. This concept is part of a surge in sharing economy businesses, such as businesses we all know, such as an Airbnb and Uber. Culinary halls like Feria, not exactly like Feria, but similar concepts have become the fastest growing retail niche in the food industry, according to several industry magazines. So we have a great opportunity in a city that's coming along, maturing and bringing people in, and people is also discovering food in the US, have been discovering food in the US for a long while. So it's just a great opportunity to do this in this location. We have also an exceptional operating team. There's myself. I'm a senior professional with more than 20 years of experience in operation management and project management. I am a systems engineer and have done several a master's degree in several studies, logistics and business, maritime business, etc. I fully dedicated myself to this business. I quit my job in the biggest Spanish window covering conglomerate to develop Feria with Juan. Juan, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, so I am a chef, an entrepreneur with more than 15 years of experience. I graduated from Le Cordon Bleu in Paris, in the École Atelier de Lausanne in Switzerland. I am co-founder and executive chef of Coma Cucina concept, which we established in 2003, and is currently running with 4 locations and over 60 employees. About 3 years ago, I opened a restaurant and takeout shop in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which last year we sold successfully in order to focus myself completely on Feria. So I'm going to be one of the operators with Eduardo of the concept when we open.
Yes, this in association with one of DC's most accomplished and successful restaurant entrepreneur, which cannot join us today. Juan, please.
So we are specialists in restaurant management, food and beverage operations, logistics, and sales. But this is our first EB5 project. So we decided to partner up with the best in the industry. Okay, Saul Ewing, RC and Lair are one of the most successful immigration lawyers in the US and have handled thousands of EB5 cases and projects. We also decided to work with NES Financial for EB5 fund administration. They are considered the gold standard in EB5. And we are working with 2 regional centers. One is Causa out of Puerto Rico, and the other one is EB5 Affiliate Network, with over 1,000 projects between them and 100% success rate in all the projects they decided to work on. So we're pretty, our partners, as I told you, are the best in the EB5 industry. Next slide, please. So how does Feria make money? So as Eduardo told you, we're going to be renting out spaces. So our main source of income is going to be licensing or renting kitchen and store spaces. We are going to be charging the chefs and entrepreneurs a percentage of sales and a fixed amount, and that's going to help us take care of much more of that's going to be a big part of our income. Next, we have the operations of the bar, which we are going to handle ourselves. There are also incubator and offsprings that can come out from this project. I mean, one of the chefs goes really successful and decides to open his own space. We will go hand to hand with him and help him develop and invest in his property. Then we will have special events. We have a special kitchen for special events. We have the possibility to rent out half the space or the whole space. So there are endless possibilities in events and catering. We are gonna do work with sponsors and advertisements. So they're launching a new car. They are launching a new brand of chocolate or something, or whatever their new products that people may want to sell and offer. And we are going to be offering mentoring sessions to these chefs and entrepreneurs, so they can develop their skills. One of the because of COVID, we were before COVID, we were developing a delivery platform. So after COVID, we realized that we have to go one step further. So Feria is going to manage all the deliveries around the 2-block radius of the location ourselves, and we are already working with major players such as Uber Eats and Grubhub in order to get a better rate and centralize all the deliveries from the 8 kitchens we are going to have, and so all the products that are going can go with the Feria brand to the customer's house. Next. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the investment opportunity. So the capital needed to develop this project is $8.4 million. From those 8.4, we're raising $6.3 million through EB5 investor slots. Okay, so there are going to be 7 EB5 investor visas available, and we're offering a 5% interest rate. 5% is actually really high interest rate for EB5, and which is normally 2.5%. Why are we offering such a high interest rate? Because we want to get the project funded fast, and we want to be the prettiest bride. So we want the people to invest fast, and we want to keep up with our timetable. If according to our plans, we will start the build out in April and March. So we're only a few months away. We also raised $1.7 million in friends and family investment, and we raised $400,000 in an investment from a commercial entity. Those funds are going to be used for project building and construction, and startup funds and working capital. After the build out, after the construction, the landlord has committed to reimburse us with $1.67 million in cash. This cash will be used in order to pay interest and for capital payments for the EB5 investors. All of this for an expected job creation of 174 jobs. So as Eduardo told you, each EB5 investor must create 10 jobs. We have 7 EB5 investors, so we need to create 70 jobs. With 174 jobs, we are very, very comfortable in that area. Next.
Okay, let me take over a little bit and let's go through a prospective P&L. This is a very rough summary. I don't want to get like too deeply into this, so our attendants don't get bored. But as you can see, Feria has a very good return, and it's perfectly capable of delivering what we promised. Okay, I mean, you notice the first year the revenues are actually good, so we will be opening by the end of next year, by October, November next year, and we expect this revenues to be on the positive side. That's where we are putting our 1.6 million that one just told you. So we're counting on that to pay back our investors. Okay.
So I'm going to talk about the status of the project and the milestones we've achieved. As I told you before, construction starts in March or April. We expect to be open by October, November next year. So this is a very fast time to market construction, just 6 months. We have a trophy location. A newly renovated space across from the historic Carnegie Library building, which has just become the largest Apple store in America. And we are inside of a fully leased building, which is ready for occupancy. Our co-tenants are Apple Inc., Baker Bott Law Firm, Equinox Gym, and WeWork. As you see, we have already a huge crowd inside the building. And that's a very, very, very big client base we are going to be working with.
Right. Okay, let's go down to Washington D.C. What's happening there? This is a demographic snapshot. If we walk around, I mean, 15 minute away from Feria in every direction, we can find this. That the population is quite young, younger than U.S. average on 3.8 years, at 33.9 years old. Population has been growing steadily for the last 10 years. It's still growing up, which is also good news. And there, with the government changes, going to basically change a good portion of the population is going to change. So it's going to be looking for new things to try in the city and getting to know places. Also, there are at least 100,000 daytime employees, which is great, not just for dinner time. I mean, for dinner, but also for lunchtime. The average income, it's quite great for the area. There are almost 7,000 hotel rooms, and I say almost because there's also a new hotel opening across the street, which should be making those 7,000 hotel rooms a reality by this time. Also, we are across a convention center. The Washington D.C. Convention Center it's a huge space with a constant traffic around all year long. It hosts 217 events, which is basically one event every 0.7 days. Which is great, and it generates a lot of traffic. Also, there's the Capital One Arena, which is 3 blocks away. It has also 220 annual events, so that makes almost 440 events a year, like 3 blocks away. So we are in a very, very good position. You can see it. You can see it in the map here. Also, we're in the middle ground between the White House and the U.S. Capitol, very close to the mall down below here. And there you can see the Carnegie Library in front, and then the Convention Center across the street. Also, we're very close to City Center DC, which is a Norman Foster developed building and shopping center with very, very high standard shopping and very high standard food offering, which is great, really close to Chinatown. So we're basically where we have to be to develop a great business. Okay, we were discussing before how we needed a very strong no restrictions, EB5 team. So we want to discuss also our operational strengths. We have a successful and experienced cordon bleu chef, which is Juan, one of DC's most experienced restaurateurs and consultant in food and beverage business, which is another our other partner. The best technology for restaurants available, the best location in DC with continuous traffic all year long, which we just discussed. The brand guild is going to help us have lines, make lines of people coming inside the city. It's one of the best PR firms in the country. There's minimal operational involvement in each restaurant. We don't operate restaurants. We don't want to operate restaurants. We don't want to get involved in the restaurants. We just want to rent the space and make sure they have the best offer for the people that comes in. We also rent space, the kitchens. I mean, it would be a great opportunity for them to come in and enjoy this space, because I mean, there's a lot of people that post-COVID has lost their restaurants or lost their jobs. So it's a great opportunity for them to come in and operate their own restaurant in our premises. Okay, and we are also experts in operation management and in the restaurant businesses. Okay, so what's the catch here? For investors, this is a very small project with very few, how you say, operators and managers. It's just us. So we want to make our investors part of a project. If you decide to invest with us, you will have direct contact with us at all times, and we will make the best effort to make sure that your investment is safe and your EB5 process is completed. Okay. Also, if you, for example, if you come to DC or do you decide to move to DC or as part of your immigration program or process, you can just call us and just visit us and have lunch with us here in Feria. We hope you do it. Okay, this is the actual building. I wanted to show it because it's there. This is an actual picture of the building. That you see in front is the Feria space. It's ready to begin build up. So we hope you really get enthusiastic about this as we are, and hope to see you there soon. Okay, this is our contact information. Please feel free to contact us about the project or the EB5 program. We can help you out with whichever need you have. Our lawyers can help you out too with your immigration orientation. So don't hesitate to give us a call or send us an email at whatever time you need. Thank you very much for your time, and please, if you have any questions, just let us know.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. And just like always, I love this food picture when you leave us all hungry, so we can run for the food after that. We have a few questions for you today. Quite a few questions, actually. We'll start. I'll start asking questions so you can answer.
Sure.
The first question is, how can I migrate and what's the requirement?
Sorry, can you repeat that, Abdul?
How can I migrate and what's the requirements?
Okay, the first requirement is the investment. Okay, that will be your first requirement. You need to invest. You need to, and you need to be sure your investment is creating the jobs. Okay, so we have more than 200% of job creation potential. So those jobs with our project will be basically guaranteed. And the process is simple. You invest. You contact the lawyer. They will begin the immigration procedure, and you can have your preliminary green card in less than 18 months. Then once the job that the USCIS can verify that the jobs have been created, then you will get a permanent green card. And with that, after 5 years, you can have your citizenship. You can apply for citizenship. So it's pretty easy, and it's basically the quickest way to get it. If it's that what you're looking for, that's the quickest way to get it.
And pretty simple as well. The next question is if there are any education requirements.
No.
You just need to invest and go through the source of funds.
And any business experience required?
No,
no, nothing.
No. So 2 questions are answered with that. There's no experience or no education requirements behind it. I believe English language is the only thing, if I'm not wrong.
No, if you
the
want
English,
to, if you want
the
to
English
emigrate, sure, go ahead.
Go ahead. So the English language is required for when you apply for citizenship, but not for the green card.
Exactly. Great. And then you can do whenever you get your preliminary green card, you can go inside. I mean, inside the U.S. you can move. I mean, all around the U.S. without any restriction. You can go back home and visit your family with no restriction. You can come in and out as many times as you want. I think you have to. The only restriction on that matter is you have to be at least one every 6 months inside the country. I mean, you have to stamp your passport at least once every 6 months, but otherwise you have no restrictions at all. So you go into the. I mean, you don't enter as a foreign person, as an alien, or as they say, but you go through the residence line, which is quicker, faster, and sure. I mean, there's no that never says that everybody gets when coming into the US. Doesn't happen. So it's pretty great, actually.
Okay. I received a question before the show, actually, that if somebody has a blood relative already available in USA, will it help in this process?
No.
No.
Not specifically. I mean, not specifically.
No, this is basically your investment. You can.
Yeah, if you invest and the funds are from legal sources and the project complies with all the requirements, I mean, you get the green card.
Great. And what about the age restrictions? I received a question where a gentleman is 52 years old and he's an Indian national and his wife is 44 with a son who is a third year MBBS student, which means his son is most probably 21 plus. So can they apply as a family?
They can apply, but the son has to be younger than 21.
And unmarried. He cannot be married before 21.
And unmarried.
Great. One more question we have here is, what about E1/E2 small investment options for entrepreneurship in USA?
Yes, we are just working with EB5. The difference, the main difference is that E1 and E2 investment options are temporary visa. Okay, so E1 is actually a company that requests you, and E2 is the investor has to set up the company and has to be majority owner in the company and has to work in the company. But these are only for a few years. These are only temporary visa. Temporary residency. EB5 offers permanent residency and the chance to apply for the U.S. citizenship after 5 years.
Exactly. You know, with the other visas, you don't get into green card path. So you can. I mean, there are ways to it, but it's much more convoluted and much more. It takes a lot of more time. So, if your main goal is to gain residency, the quickest way is EB5. It's not the cheapest, but it can be the quickest. And in the end, it will be the cheapest, because if you get E1 or E2, you have to operate your business. You have to take care of everything. With the EB5, you can actually go there, and if you decide to do nothing, you can do nothing. If you decide to operate your own business from the United States back home, you can do it. You can work whatever you want, doing whatever you need. Your family can do whatever they need. I mean, there's no restriction on how your wife works, for example, or if she doesn't, or your son. Okay, with the E1 and E2, you have to dedicate yourself exclusively to this job or enterprise you're creating, and your wife actually has more rights. Let's say that way, because she can dedicate to whatever she needs. I mean, she can work on her own and get any job she wants. But then we're talking about flexibility here. So this is the greatest and quickest way to get the green card.
Great. Next two questions are very similar, actually. I would actually take both of them together. One gentleman is an electric engineer, and the other one is presently working in a construction field. And the question is, any chances to set up the company plus green card in USA? And I believe you just answered earlier that there is no experience required for specific industry to set up the company.
No.
You just have to invest in our project, and we will set you up with lawyers, so you can move ahead from there. And when you have all the paperwork done and the investment done, and you do your filing, you will get the Eduardo told 14 months later, you will get the green card.
Great. Next question we have is, for each business setup, should we invest $900,000?
Sorry.
For $900,000 is the minimum, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yes, $900,000 is the minimum. It is the minimum requirement to apply for the EB5 visa.
You can invest more than 900,000 if you want to go for EB5 visa, but nothing less than 900,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's only if the project qualifies as a TEA area project, which our project does. But if it doesn't, you have to invest at least 1.8 million. So it's double the amount.
Great. Next question we have is, hi, please send the presentation file in email, as our shareholder might be interested to invest in this project. So Mr. Imran, we will be contacting you right after the show, and you will be shared all the details. Our presenters will get in touch with you. So any questions, any presentations, they will be happy to accommodate you with that. Next question we have is details about C9 visa category for USA.
I'm not familiarized with C9.
I believe it's not investment related category. So we are right now presenting investment related categories only. Yeah. One question is that I hear $0.4 million for some developing countries in EB5. I believe it was an old one. It's been.
Yeah.
Yes. EB5 last year, the minimum amount was 500,000.
Yes.
Last year, but this year they actually changed that. They
actually changed it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Congress modified that on 21st of November last year. So since 21st of November, it's 900,000 for TEA projects and 1.8 for not TEA projects.
Great. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you so much for such a great information and your presentation. I enjoyed it, and I hope everyone enjoyed it and got some good information out of it. To everyone who is watching us, you will all be contacted by our presenters. You can ask your questions, you can get in touch with them, and whoever is interested, please follow the procedures after that. We highly recommend you to use our partners for your investment and migration needs. You will never be disappointed. With that, this is one of our last events of this year. I would like to say thank you to everyone who has joined us as attendees and speakers as well. We will be seeing you next year again. And until then, please follow us on Facebook, on our YouTube channel. TEG Media is the name. If you go and search in Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, you will easily find us, even on LinkedIn. Please follow us. We will have a lot to come into 2021, and please stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, everyone. Eduardo, Juan, and Ms. Lucia. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you, Abdul. Thank you for your support, and we hope you all have a great end of the year and a great 2021, which we need to desperately get into.
Great. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Goodbye. Have a good day.
Bye.